The Galactic Council convened in their crystalline chambers, as they had for 3,000 cycles. Ambassador Vexthor of the Krelati Empire tapped his chitinous appendages against the obsidian table, the sound echoing through the vast hall. Around him, representatives from 47 species sat in their designated alcoves, their forms ranging from gaseous clouds to silicon-based sentience. "The humans have withdrawn their embassy," Vexthor announced, his translator rendering his clicks into universal standard. "They departed during the night cycle. No fanfare, no protests, no demands. They simply left." A collective murmur rippled through the chamber. The Zenari delegate, a being of pure energy contained within a magnetic field, pulsed with what might have been confusion. Left. But the vote regarding their petition for agricultural expansion was scheduled for next quarter. "They waited 200 cycles for that vote," interjected Councillor Myrath, her scales shimmering with an emotion the translator couldn't quite capture. "Perhaps they grew tired of waiting." Vexthor dismissed the concern with a wave. "They were a young species, impulsive. They'll return when they realize they need our trade networks, our technology, our wisdom." What the Council didn't know was that on an unremarkable space station orbiting a dying star, two humans were having a very different conversation. Delilah pressed her palm against the viewport, watching the last Council supply ship undock from the station. Her dark eyes reflected the cold starlight, and a sad smile played across her lips. "That's the last one, Toby. They've cleared out completely." Toby looked up from his data pad, pushing his glasses up the bridge of his nose. "Station AI confirms it. We're officially off the Council grid. No more safety inspections, no more compliance checks, no more bureaucratic oversight." He paused, his fingers dancing over the holographic display. "No more protection either." "We never needed their protection," Delilah said softly. "We just thought we did." The station they inhabited was human-made, one of thousands that had been deemed primitive and inefficient by Council standards. It didn't use gravitic plating or quantum stabilizers. It relied on good old-fashioned rotation for artificial gravity and redundant mechanical systems that the Council found laughably outdated. "You know what the Krelati ambassador told me last cycle?" Delilah turned from the window. "He said our technology was charmingly antiquated, like we were children playing with wooden toys while the adults used neural interfaces." Toby snorted. "Yeah, well, those neural interfaces require rare elements mined from 3 systems and maintenance by specialized technicians. Our wooden toys can be fixed with a wrench and spare parts we manufacture on site." 6 months after humanity's quiet departure, the first cracks appeared in the Council's perfect machine. A Zenari colony ship suffered a catastrophic failure in its quantum drive. The vessel carrying 10,000 colonists in stasis drifted helplessly in the void. Council rescue protocols engaged, but the nearest specialized repair vessel was 3 weeks away. The distress call reached human space within hours. Delilah stood on the bridge of the merchant vessel Perseverance, a retrofitted colony ship that the Council had once mocked as a spacefaring antique. Beside her, Toby coordinated with their engineering teams. "Captain, we're receiving the Zenari distress signal," the communications officer reported. "They're not calling us specifically, but we're the closest ship that can actually help," Delilah finished. She looked at Toby. "Thoughts?" He pulled up the schematics. "Their quantum drive is fried, but the ship's hull integrity is solid. We can't repair their drive, that's beyond our tech, but we can tow them. Our engines are mechanical thrust-based. Slow, unglamorous, but they'll get the job done." "The Council won't like us interfering," one of the crew members said nervously. Delilah's jaw set. "The Council made it clear we weren't wanted. But those are living beings out there. We didn't leave the Council because we stopped caring about life. We left because they stopped listening." She turned to her crew. "All hands prepare for towing operations. Let's show them what antiquated technology can do." The Perseverance reached the Zenari ship in 18 hours. While Council vessels would have needed specialized docking protocols and compatibility checks that took days, the human ship simply extended mechanical tethers, cables of woven carbon fiber that could be attached manually. Toby suited up for the EVA. "Just like the training simulations," he muttered, checking his suit seals. "Except this time, there are actually 10,000 lives depending on you not screwing up," Delilah said, but her voice was warm. "No pressure." He laughed nervously. Thanks, Captain. Really feeling the confidence here. The operation took 6 hours of grueling physical labor. Toby and his team manually secured the towing cables while the Zanari crew watched in amazement through their viewports. When the last coupling locked into place, Delilah gave the order, "Engage engines, nice and slow. Let's bring them home." The Perseverance groaned and shuddered as it took the weight, but the old mechanical engines fired true. Meter by meter, then kilometer by kilometer, they pulled the stricken vessel toward the nearest safe harbor. Word spread through council space like wildfire. The species that had been dismissed, that had withdrawn without complaint, had saved 10,000 Zanari lives using technology the council considered obsolete. But it didn't stop there. When a Krylati mining operation collapsed, trapping workers under tons of debris, it was human rescue teams with their primitive mechanical excavators who reached them first. When a plague struck a Mixian colony, and council medical ships were tied up in committees debating resource allocation, human hospital ships arrived with their ridiculously simple but effective mobile surgery units. Delilah and Toby found themselves at the heart of a quiet revolution. They didn't give speeches or make demands. They simply did what humans had always done best. They solved problems with whatever tools they had at hand. 2 years after humanity's departure, Ambassador Vexthor found himself in an unusual position. He was requesting a meeting with the human delegation. Delilah sat across from him in a conference room that was, by council standards, absurdly simple. Chairs, a table. Gravity provided by rotation rather than gravitic plating. Toby stood beside her, arms crossed. "We wish to discuss humanity's return to the council," Vexthor began, his translator struggling with what might have been embarrassment. "No," Delilah said simply. The ambassador's antennae twitched in surprise. "But surely, we left because you didn't value what we brought," Toby interrupted. "Our solutions were too simple, our technology too basic, our methods too hands-on. You wanted us to wait in line, to follow protocols, to become more like you. We've realized," Vexthor said slowly, "that perhaps we were wrong. Your simple solutions work. Your primitive technology is reliable. Your willingness to act while we debate has saved countless lives." Delilah leaned forward. "We're not coming back to sit in your chambers and wait 200 cycles for votes. But we'll work with you as equals on our terms. When there's a problem, we solve it. No committees, no endless debates. Lives over politics." The ambassador was quiet for a long moment. Then his translator crackled. "That seems reasonable." As Vexthor departed, Toby turned to Delilah with a grin. "Did we just reform the Galactic Council?" She laughed. "No. We just reminded them that sometimes the best solution isn't the most elegant one. Sometimes it's just the one that works." Outside the viewport, human ships moved through space, unglamorous, mechanical, reliable. They didn't have the fastest drives or the most advanced weapons, but they had something the Council had forgotten: the ability to act, to adapt, and to help without waiting for permission. Humanity had departed quietly, and in their absence, the galaxy had finally learned to listen.